Hey everyone, CuteMimi25 here. Remember that late 70s, early 80s game show that involves predicting higher or lower that was revived back in the 80s as well as brought back for a short while in 2001, which most people think is the worst version? I'll tell you the pilots from 96 and 2000 are much worse than that. And then it got revived in 2019. Yeah. I'm talking about Card Sharks, where ace is high, deuce is low, call it right, you win the dough, or you can win $32,000 on a turn of a card. Yeah, I said the introduction to both Jim Perry's run of the show as well as the Bob Eubanks, Bill Raftery run of the show. I recently got this in the mail today. It was supposed to come on January 30th, but due to the nasty weather that was happening, I got it late. But it arrived safely. I pretty much destroyed the packaging getting it open because I wanted to make sure it was all safe in one piece. You may notice this has the 2001 logo. Some of you may be thinking, oh no, it's based off the Pat Bullard run of the show. Not to worry, someone at Endless Games took notes off of the Jim Perry and Bob Eubanks / Bill Raftery run of the show. Or if you watch the UK version, Play Your Cards Right, they took notes off of Bruce Forsyth's run of the show. And I highly recommend checking out Play Your Cards Right with Bruce Forsyth. It's a good international version of Card Sharks. It's the same thing, the only difference is they have couples instead of individual contestants. It says here, Endless Classics, 25th anniversary, made by Endless Games, for ages 10 to adult, item number 330. And on the front here, on the sides, here on the back here it says, please visit our website at endlessgames.com. Now celebrating its 25th anniversary, the 80s game show. Well, late 70s, early 80s to be exact. This was made in 2002. And it says here, the high-octane home version of the classic 80s game show that features two contestants vying for cash prizes by playing the legendary high-low card game. Players gain control of the cards by correctly answering curious senses questions, then test their skills and luck by determining if the next card is higher or lower than the previous card. Compete with the action-packed money round, play Card Sharks, and win big. See, they took notes off of the Jim Perry, Bob Eubanks, and Bill Raftery version. Also, it's already been peeled off. They did a really good job packing this, or they left it factory seal. I don't know what it is, but they did a really good job packing this. Let's go ahead and get this plastic off. Now the box may be damaged, but what matters is if it's all in good pieces. Let's go ahead and lift the box off. Now, it also advertises other games. They have the $25,000 Pyramid, What's My Line, Beat the Clock, Liar's Dice, Pop Smarts, the Password Game, Who Am I, the Biography Game, the Newlywed Game, Deluxe Encore 2 of 3, Fan Section, Concentration, Family Feud. I actually have the 3rd edition based off the Richard Karn run of the show. Jungle Jam, Ticklebee, and Kissmate. There was also the Price is Right DVD game, which I have made by the same people. Now, on this you've got the, one side you got the money cards, and on the other side you got the main board. I'm going to go ahead and do a jump cut and show what it looks like set up. Now, I was just about to shuffle the cards. I just wanted to throw this out. These are not the original cards that come with the Card Sharks board game. They're supposed to have the Card Sharks logo, but I'm not going to complain because as long as they're the colors, that's all that matters to me. Maybe I'll get the 2019 version based off the Joe McHale version and have ones that actually say Card Sharks on them. But hey, it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and get my card shuffler because I can't really do that shuffling trick. That's something that one of my sisters is better at doing than I am. So I'll go ahead and shuffle these cards and I'll be back with you. Alrighty, I just finished shuffling up with the cards with my bicycle card shuffler. Luckily the cards fit in this. They're not the normal cards, but hey, whatever does the trick does the trick. So I'm going to go ahead and lay out the cards and demonstrate how the game works. Anyway, There's the 5 for the player 1. They got the red cards. That's the champion's position. And then we've got the challenger. They get the blue cards. On the actual show, blue's on the bottom and red's on the top. But hey, it is what it is. This here's the instructions and the questions. First, you have 3 people, or in case you have more than 3 people, you can have the setup. And over here, it tells you the basics of how the games work, so on and so forth. And whoever wins 2 rounds will play the money cards. I'll show the money cards in towards the end. So every 4th question will be a sudden death. Unless there's a tiebreaker, then the 3rd question will be sudden death, and then you would only play with the 3. Now, there's actually a total of 484 questions on here. So I don't have to worry about running out of questions, although I may come back to some of them, but if I ever run out of questions with some friends, I know someone who can actually help write these questions. So, but that's another story for another time. So I'll demonstrate on how, let's say the question was if you asked 100 butchers if you were to marry the girl of their dreams, if you had to become a vegetarian, and then player 1 would say 46, and then the player 2 would say either higher or lower. If player 2 guesses correctly, then they get control of the cards. They can also choose to change a card if they're not happy with it. But if they're not correct, then the player 1, or if player 1 gets it on the nose, they get control. So we'll say player 1 guesses right on the nose. They have control on this card. In this case, the first card is an 8. They have the option to change. They would change that card, and now they must play a 5. They say higher. Higher than a 5. Ooh, a 7. And then they would choose to freeze, and they would move the freeze bar over here. So we can't take that away. Then let's say player 2 does not guesses a good number, but player 1 guesses correctly, and they say higher. Higher than a 7. Oh no, it's a 4. And then the 4 goes discarded, and then player 2 will have the option to play that 3. Higher. Higher than a 3. 5. Higher. Higher than a 5. 6. Higher. Higher than a 6. 7. Higher than a 7. For the first game of the match. Oh no! And all those cards go back to the 3. That has to hurt. And, well, and then you replace that with that, and this with these. And you keep doing that until you get to question 4. If they make it across, or if they force their opponent and blow it on it, then that player wins. The best 2 out of 3 wins. And if there's a tie, it all comes down to those 3 cards instead of the 5 in the first 2 rounds. So let's go ahead and show you how the money cards work. The most exciting part, the money cards. Now, I followed the instructions on how to take notes on in case you want to change the cards. So I have the 3 different cards on this. Now, of course, big bet. You have to risk at least half your bank. I'm not going to bother opening this, but I'll tell you right now how that works. So we'll start with, ooh, an ace. That's a great start. So 200, we start off with 200, and I'm going to bet it all lower. If it's another ace, it's a push, no won, no loss. So it's a 10. Now, I'm going to change that with card number 2. And a 10, now it's a 2. What a great change. All of it higher. Higher than the jack. I now have $800. I'm going to bet $600 that the next card will be lower. So I'll have 200 if I'm wrong, or if I have 1,400 if I'm correct. I said lower, and I was right. So now I have 1,400. Add another 400. I have $1,800. And I'm going to change that with number 3. The 5 is now a 4. Good change. So I'm going to bet $800 that it's higher. 4, 9. And now I'm at 2,600. I better get my calculator for this. So, 2,600. And I'm going to bet the next card will be $600 lower than the 9. Lower than the 9. Yes! And now I'm at 3,200. And I'm going to bet 1,200 that it's higher. And just to prove it, I've been doing a calculator the whole time. So 1,200 higher than the 6. Up, it's a 6. It's a push. No won, no loss. If this was the Jim Perry version, I would have lost and gone down to 2,000. But thankfully, this version keeps us the push rule. So now I have to bet at least 1,600. And we're going to change that 6 with number 1. And we have an ace. Betting it all lower than the ace for 6,400. Oh, yeah, I won! Now, that's how you play the money cards. Of course, you could use these, but I decided to use my calculator for this to give you an idea on how that works. So, hey, I redeemed myself in the main game, and I won money cards. How do you like that? Well, anyway, well, I'm thrilled this came with all the pieces. It didn't come with the original Card Sharks cards that have the Card Sharks logo on it, but hey, they gave me fresh new cards that are matching the board, so I'm not complaining. I'm happy about this. So, thanks for watching. This is KeepMeMe25 signing off. I'm going to do this in a call with some friends on Discord. That'll be fun to do. So, as they say on Card Sharks, well, bye-bye. That's all I can think of. I need to rewatch Card Sharks and, well, the good versions. The Jim Perry, Bob Eubanks, Bill Rafferty run of the show, and Bruce's Play Your Cards Right. Highly recommend checking out those shows. And I highly recommend getting this if you can find it on eBay or Mercari, or if you're lucky on Amazon. So, yours may come with the original cards. Mine didn't, but hey, it's not a big deal to me. But it may be to you. So, see you in the next video.